Hi everyone. In today's video, I will try to show you how can you add additional crops to your map. Crops I'm talking about are the standard crops included in the mod called MaizePlus Forage Extension. Link to the mod will be in the description. Crops are alfalfa, clover, fieldgrass, carrots, and onion. Before we continue, first thing you need to do is watch my previous video about increasing the number of height types, which means increasing the number of dumpable piles you can create in your game. If you don't do that, all of the changes we're going to do in this video probably won't work properly. Link to the my previous video will be down in the description. Once you finish doing all of the changes mentioned in my previous video, you're free to come back here and continue watching this video. Um, in this video, we will try to make things easier for everyone. Since I myself, I'm not a mod maker, I'm not a map maker. I don't know how to do this from zero, from scratch. So, and this video will be primarily for people who aren't map makers or mod makers. And we are going to use others people work. Well, at least parts of others people work. So the map I'm going to edit is this one. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you can find it on the official Farming Simulator mod hub from this author. I already increased the number of dumpable piles, well, height types, for this map, so I only need to add additional crops to it. And other thing is, we need to use, as I said, parts of other maps which are already prepared, which already have additional crops I mentioned a few seconds ago. The map, you can use any map you wish that is MaizePlus ready, that already has those crops. But in this video, I'm going to use this map, Ebelsbach. I hope that I somehow pronounced that right. It's officially MaizePlus ready map, and we are going to use all the needed files, XMLs, i2d files, and so on in our map. The thing is, you need permissions if you want to upload edits of your map on the internet somewhere, on Farming Simulator website or whatever. So first things first, I don't have permissions to do so, so I won't upload this. I will only change what I want, but I will leave it for my private use. If I wanted to upload this, first I will need a permission from this author of the map I'm going to edit. And also I will need a permission from author of Ebelsbach. Um, I think that German people watching this will probably try to kill me for pronouncing this, but I can't help it. I will need permission from him because I will use parts of his map, some files I will need in this map. So basically, I need two permissions, and I don't have either of them, so I won't upload this. And please don't ask me in the comments to send you the edit of this map. Uh, and also, if you don't have the permissions from the authors, please don't don't upload it anywhere. Respect the others people work. Okay. Uh, at the time of recording this video, we have a bit of a problem with doing these edits. The problem is with number of different types of bales you can have on the map. Currently, there are 64 types of bales you can have at max in your game on the map you are playing. The thing is, if you're using plenty of different mods and you do this edit, and for example you use how is it called, straw harvest, uh, mod, DLC, or whatever, you might have a problem. You will exceed the limit, and that's not good. So currently, at the time of making this video, please, if you're going to do this edit, turn off the straw harvest DLC for now. Apparently, the mod author of the MaizePlus, the alien Paul, said that they will increase the number of different types of bales through the mod update, which still currently isn't out, and maybe the giants will also increase uh, the number of different types of bales you can have. So just bear that in mind to avoid any problems when you're starting the game. Turn off straw harvest. Another thing, since I'm a complete amateur at modding, map making, and so on, I might make some mistakes. When I first tried to transfer all of the crops from one web to another, I made some problems, some errors. I fixed them, but still there might be some other problems. So if you see any problems in your game after watching this video, please come back here. Don't be rude or anything, just point it out in the comment sections, write the problem, and if you find out any sort of solution for that problem, please also write that down in the comment section for everyone else to see that. And if it is something bigger, I might even make additional quick video on fixing that. And I will, and if I used your solution, of course, I will give you all of the credits. Link to the MaizePlus mod, Forage Extension, and CCM will be down in the description. If you want to use Forage Extension or CCM, you need MaizePlus, the basic mod for all of that. But you can only use, if you wish, you can use just MaizePlus or just MaizePlus and Forage Extension or MaizePlus and CCM. But remember, you always need the basic mod called MaizePlus. So first thing we need to do is to increase the number of crops, different types of crops you can have on your map. I took all of the instructions from the official Discord channel of the MaizePlus mod, which those instructions were made by the original author, Alien Paul. So big thank you to him. Uh, I already, in my previous video, I already increased the number of dumpable piles for this map, and as I said, I will be using Eversbach. And once again, we need those GRLE converter thing. So first things first, we need to unzip all of this. I'm again using 7-zip, and I'm going to unzip them all. So once this is over, I'm just going to make a new folder and call it my zip files, just to clear everything up, and I will move all of the zips in that folder. And the next thing we need to do is to open the folder of our map we are going to edit. Go to the maps folder and open the i2d file of the map with the notepad++. And now the next thing we need to do is open the search functions with Control and F and type in foliage multilayer the way I did it. Click on define next, and now we need to change. First, we need to change this thing number of channels. I think that's it, and change it from 10 to 12. And now you have yes. Now you need to change these two things. Type index channels from 5 to 6, and then again compression channels from 5 to 6. Now click on save. to save all of the changes. Next thing you need to do is to go on top of the file, click somewhere here, then again open the search function with Control and F, and now type in fruit underscore density and click on find next. And here you go, this line. You see this fruit density.gdm. Change the GDM to the PNG. That's it. Now save it, and you are free to close the Notepad++ for now. After you did that, you need to find the old GDM file somewhere in your map. For me, the folder where it is called MapUS. So open it, and now search for the fruit density GDM amongst all of these black files. Copy it, go back, and go to the folder of your converter. Paste it right here, and copy the name. Once you copy the name of the GDM file, right click on this convert sample file and edit with Notepad++. Now you see this line. The thing you need to do is instead of this sample thing, you need to paste the name you copied, so fruit underscore density, and add the .gdm, and after out, instead of sample, you still need to paste the name fruit underscore density, but leave the .png. The same thing we did in the, basically more or less the same thing we did in the last video. Now click on save and close it. And now there it is. You need to just start the convert sample. Wait a minute. And there it is. Fruit density PNG. Copy it. Go back. Go to your map you're going to edit. Go again to the maps and the map where you took the GDM file. And now just paste it. Paste the PNG file. And now you need to delete the old GDM file. So fruit underscore density.gdm, just delete it. And that's all. So now we can continue. The next thing we need to do is go back, and now all we need to do is open the i2d file of the map with Giants editor. So this will take a minute. After everything is opened, just expand a bit your console, and now same as the last video, search for any errors. There shouldn't be any errors right here. Everything should be clear without any problems. So if it is, move a camera a bit and click on file and save. And now wait until the map is saved. Now after everything is saved, it will say ready down here, and you are free to close the Giants editor. Go back to the MapUS folder, well, the folder where the GDM file was, and now you see that we have the newly created fruit density.gdm file. You are free to delete the PNG file, I mean fruit density.png file. Delete it. Go back. Open the i2d file with Notepad++. And now after that, open the search function. Again, search for the fruit underscore density. And now we need to change this PNG back to the GDM and save it. And now just in case, open the MapUS once again with Giants editor to see if there are going to be any errors. There it is, it opened. Now again expand the console, scroll a bit, there shouldn't be any errors. I don't have any, so everything is good, everything is fine. You're free to close the Giants editor. So now we are coming to the part where we are going to copy all of the needed files from the already prepared map to our map. So the easiest way, for me at least, to do so is to go back to this folder where we have everything, and right click on your map and open in new window and drag it to the right. Also, then right click on the map we are going to use, in my case the Ebelsbach, right click it, open a new window and drag it to the left. So this is our map and this is already prepared map. First things first, we are going to copy the MaizePlus folder. So copy it and paste it in your map. Be careful where you are pasting this. Paste it in the same location where you have the mod description XML file. The additional thing I need to tell you that currently this thing MaizePlus is not really working. Don't worry, mod works, everything works, you won't have any problems. But this is the XML file which will basically override, how is it called? It will override the husbandry definition, food definitions XML on your map if you have it set up. As far as I know, according to the official Discord channel, this currently doesn't work, but everything will be updated and this will work. So just copy this MaizePlus folder to have it in your map. If you will want to edit it later. So basically, this thing, the Animal Food Editions XML, will only load if you are going to use the MaizePlus mod on this map. It will not load if you're not going to use it. As far as I know, as I said, according to the official Discord channel, currently it doesn't load at all, as far as I know. But that will be fixed. And once it will get fixed, you will be able to change all of the requirements for your animals inside of this file, if inside of this XML file, the way you want it to. For example, you will be able to remove the sugar beet, sorry, for the chickens, for example, or remove the soybeans for the chickens, or add something. You will be able to customize it the way you want. But as I said, currently apparently it doesn't really work and it will get fixed. So we are going to leave this file inside here. It won't cause any problems, any errors, don't worry about that. Just leave it so you can edit it later in the future, or if it is already fixed by the time you are watching this video. Another thing we need to do is create a new folder and call it seasons. It's exactly the way I did it. Don't don't create this folder if you already have it right here. But I'm talking about the users like myself who don't have it. So now we have a empty seasons folder, and inside this map, open its seasons folder, and copy the crops XML file. Copy it and go to your seasons folder and paste it. The reason we need to do that is for seasons to recognize all of the new crops we're going to add to our map. For example, these crops, sorry, alfalfa, clover, onion, carrots, and this is the field grass basically. So just copy it, we're going to need it. Go back. So another thing we are going to need are the new vehicles. Well, new equipment inside our map. Primarily, I'm talking about the harvesters for the onions and carrots. So basically, we're going to use the already existing one in-game models, existing equipment, but just a bit modified so they can accept the carrots and onions. And also, we're going to use the modified baler and wrapper for which came with the game, so we can bale the alfalfa and clover. And also, uh, as far as I know, I mean, I contacted the mod maker, MaizePlus mod maker, Alien Paul, and he said that later on, mod will globally change all of the balers so they can bale all of these new crops, but that's not the case, at least for now, at least at the time of making this video. But they won't be making um, global changes to all of the machinery for harvesting root crops. So you will still need modified machinery for harvesting onions and carrots. But balers will be changed, it will be globally. So to do so, for now, we need to copy this vehicles folder. Just copy it and paste it inside your folder. And the next thing we need to do is to open the mod description of this map. Open it, and under this line L10, I don't know how to pronounce it properly. As far as I know, I think we need these files, these text uh, things. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it won't hurt. Just copy everything between, close the mod description, open the mod description of your map, and there you go. Find these 10 things, and under all of these text lines, I will edit this a bit, just a moment. Under all of these things, on the bottom, paste all of the copied text and save it for now. Then again, close it. Go back and again open the mod description of the other map. And now scroll down, and under the store items, find area line that begins with vehicles. This, and this. These are the line which will allow us to buy all of those modified harvesters for carrots, onions, and balers we copied a few minutes ago. So sorry for the noise. Copy area line. Don't copy these placeable things, just the vehicles. Copy it, close everything, go back to your map, go to under the mod description, open it, go on the bottom, find these store items, go on the bottom, and paste all of the copied lines. So you can use those vehicles on your map. And now save it and close it. The next thing we need to do is open the maps folder, both sides. Open the maps folder here and open the maps folder here. Now we're going to need to copy some files. First things first, we are going to need to copy the bales folder because we want the ability to create new types of bales of alfalfa, for example, or clover, and so on. So copy the whole folder and paste it inside your map. There you go. Next thing we need to do is copy this field planes folder. Also copy it and paste it right here. Also, we're going to need to copy this folder, foliage. copy it, and paste it inside your map. There you go. And we need the HUDs folder inside all of the new icons we're going to need for our new crops, for example, for carrots and so on. Copy the HUDs folder and paste it inside your map. There you go. Also, one more thing we need to copy is this folder particle systems. Also the same thing, copy it and paste it inside your folder. I mean your map. Now inside this map, try to find the XML file of your map. So for example, the i2d file of the map is called map.de, and try to find this XML file with the same name. In this case, this is the map, the of course XML file. Open it with Notepad++, of course. Scroll down a bit under additional files, and now we need to copy all of the lines which start with maps. All of these lines, we need them so we can properly load all of the particle system effects or whatever, fill planes and so on. So we currently, in my case, I have here 4 lines. You might have less or more, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure. Just copy them, and now close it. Go to your map, and the same thing, find the XML file which is called the same way the map i2d file is. So in my case, i2d file is called map.us, so I'm searching for the map.us XML file. As far as I know, they should be called the same. I think they will probably. So open it, and then again search for the additional files, and on the bottom press enter. For example, I will make a split a bit, and now paste all of the lines we copied, and don't forget to save, and now you're free to close. The next thing we need to do is go back and find the XML file we just used, in my case map.de. Open it with Notepad++. And now, go somewhere on the bottom of the file, as far as I know. We are going to need a few lines right here to load some of the XML files we will soon copy in our map. The lines we need are these. Field types, file name, maps, map, field types, XML. For example, that's one line we are going to need. Next line is fruit types, file name, maps, fruit types, XML. That's one of the lines we need. We need line for XML of the bales, so for the different bale types. Search for the line bale types, file name equals maps bale types dot xml. And one more line we are going to need is density map height types to load the maps density map height types XML file. Just take your time to find those lines. We are going to need to copy each and every one of them to XML file of our map. So, I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. It's somewhere here on the bottom as far as I know. So, I'm going to copy all of these lines. Don't worry if you're going to copy some of these green lines. These are called commented out. These are commented out lines. They won't affect anything. They don't work, so don't worry about that. So I'm going to copy all of these lines. So basically, I'm copying the 6 lines, but only 4 are active, or I think in use. I don't know how to define it. So I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to close it. I mean, I'm going to close the XML file. I'm going back to my map. I'm searching that XML I used here, in my case map.us. I'm going to open it. I'm going on the bottom, and somewhere around here you might even see some of the lines already commented out. Um, I'm just going to paste all of the lines under them. Paste it somewhere right here. Try to find it in your map. Paste all of these lines. I'm going to delete these green lines. I don't need them. This and this. So here I have four of those lines I talked about. Once you copied all of this, save the XML file and close it. Basically, now we copied four lines for loading four different XML files we're going to need. Go back to the other folder and try to find the next XML files. For example, this one, maps pale types, then maps density map height types, maps underscore field types, and maps underscore fruit types. We are going to need all of these four XML files, sorry, and I'm going to mark all of them and copy them to our folder. Paste it, and that's so the next thing we're going to need to do is to open the both i3D files of our maps with Notepad++ because we're going to need to copy some lines from the already prepared map to our map. So first thing we are going to open the i3D file with Notepad++ of the already prepared map. So edit with Notepad++. There you go. Now we're going to lower this and we are going to open the the i2d file of our map. We are going to edit with Notepad++. Just a moment, and there you go. So if you maybe are not on top of the file, please scroll up in our map. Sorry, scroll up because here under files we are going to paste everything we need more or less. So now we have two i2d files we are going to use, the already prepared map and our map. So now let's continue. So now open the search function inside the already prepared map. For me that is the map DE. Open the search function and search for alfalfa. There you go. Close the search function. So now we are going to need to copy some things. For example, first we are going to need to copy these files: foliage alfalfa XML, foliage carrot XML, foliage clover XML. Copy those files, lines, and inside your map on top of this files section. Copy it and paste it here. Go back. Uh, Probably somewhere a bit lower you will find the this is basically a field grass XML and the onion XML file, lines. Also copy them and paste them under these lines inside your map. As you can see, now we have 5 different lines for basically 5 of the crops we are going to add: alfalfa, carrots, clover, fieldgrass and onions. So check that out just to be sure. Then go back to the other map, and now we're going to need to copy some other lines. First, we're going to you need to find these foliage distance lines, and we are going to need to copy those. First, we are going to do it for alfalfa. So we need to copy all of those distance lines for alfalfa. So for me, it is from alfalfa distance 2 to alfalfa distance 7 diffuse.png. All of these lines, I need to copy them. Go back to my map, and here under the lines I already pasted, I need to paste these new lines. it's maybe smart to leave maybe one or two lines between all of these things, uh, just to make everything a bit easier and a bit more clear. Go back to the other map. Now we are going to copy all of the lines for carrots. Be careful not to copy any other lines. For example, this is one of these sneaky lines I don't need for now, at least. Well, I can use them actually, but don't copy it just to avoid any problems and errors. Even though we have this uh, PNG foliage bit home distance diffuse PNG file inside our foliage folder. Don't copy it because it is probably already defined inside your map. So we are going to skip that line, and we are going to use just the thing we need. For now, I'm going to copy all of these caret distance lines. So I'm going to mark all of them from distance 2 to distance 6. I'm going to copy them, and I'm going to paste them under the alpha lines. There you go. I still made one empty line. I'm going to go back. Of course, the same thing with the field grass. I don't know how to pronounce this, but that's basically the field grass. I'm going to copy all of these lines. Now we have from 2 to 7 and not to 6. We're going to copy them. Maybe in your case it will be a bit different. Be careful. Maybe you will have 8, or I don't know. I'm not a map maker, but just be careful when you are copying this. Sorry. So we're going to copy this again under everything, paste those lines and for now we have lines for alfalfa, carrots, and fieldgrass. We are missing two more things, of course, for the clover and for the onions, I think. Yes. Now go back. Here you will see somewhere here you need to find the distance file for lines for onions. I'm going to copy them from 2 to 6. Go back, sorry, copy them and go back, and now paste them down here. Now one little thing I noticed, that we need still more. You still need more lines for the clover, but they are originally missing here. I don't know what's the reason behind this. Even though we have these PNG files inside our foliage folder for the clover, but it's not here. For example, when I go back to the, sorry, not this one, but to the my map folder and go to the foliage folder under the distance folder, you will somewhere see, just a moment, here it is, foliage clover, whatever it is called, distance PNG file from 2 to I think 5 in this case. So I don't know why was that removed or skipped. Maybe there is a reason. I already tried to add those things and everything worked fine without any problems. Everything was okay. So I don't think we will do anything wrong if we add those lines by ourselves. So we are going to do this right now. Maybe you will have those lines. So basically, maybe you will have the basically more or less same lines, but only for clover inside your map you are using to take out everything you need. But in this case, currently at the time of making this video, it's missing. So I'm going to go back to my map here, and for example, the easiest thing to do for me is to copy onion lines, and I'm going to copy from 2 to 5, because we only have for the cloud we only have these file from 2 to 5. I'm going to copy them. I'm going to paste them under here. Be careful for the naming of the files. So they're basically all the same. The only thing is that is different is this part. These are onions, grass, carrots, alfalfa, and so on and so on. So just in case, I'm going to copy the original name. Sorry, I'm not going to copy. I'm just going to see if it says uh, clover here. So basically, it's foliage clover distance 5 diffuse. I'm just going to instead in all of these new lines, instead of the onion, I'm going to write the clover everywhere, just like this. So now basically we have all of these distance lines for every single new crop for the alfalfa, carrots, fieldgrass, onions, and clover. Um, I don't know why some of them have more lines, some less, but it doesn't really matter. Another thing we need to do is go back to the already prepared map. Then again, open the search function, and now we need to type in the next thing: foliage multi-layer. We need to, sorry, write that down the way I did it, and click on define next. And now you will find this thing, foliage multi-layer, and inside you will see multiple foliage type lines. Probably somewhere on the bottom. It doesn't have to be, but it will probably be. You will see the lines for our new crops: alfalfa, clover, carrot, onions, and field grass. Please copy them. So all of the 5 lines for the 5 new crops, copy them. Go back to your map, open the search function, and then again search for foliage multi-layer inside your map. Click on the find next. You're free to close the search function, and now you see the foliage multi-layer line, and inside you will see the foliage type lines for all of the crops you uh, have inside your map. Somewhere on the bottom, after the last foliage type line, press enter, or maybe 2 to make it clear, and paste all of the copied lines. Now, yeah, there is one more thing we need to do. Uh, Probably inside of your map, you will see that these numbers, these IDs are already taken by something else. Uh, all we need to do to avoid any problems, any conflicts, is to scroll up on top of your file, and now you see all of these lines we copied from the already prepared map. Sorry, these are all of the lines I copied, and on every single line you will see the file ID equals some number. On every line, after on that number, add 2 zeros just in case. So here, here, here. Be careful not to mess something up. For example, to add zeros here or here. Don't mess that up, please. To avoid any problems, just add them on the end. And now when you added all of those zeros, there is one more place we need to add them. So open the search function again, and then again search for foliage multi-layer. Click on the find next, and now there are still 5 lines we copied the maybe a minute ago, sorry. And for the alfalfa, clover, carrot, onions, and fieldgrass. And now you see this foliage XML ID. we need to also add zeros right here. So, but only for those lines we copied. Don't mess anything up with these lines that were already here. Only the lines we copied. Add those zeros. And there you go. Um, that's it basically on editing the XML files of your map. Save it. Click on save. Close Notepad++. Sorry. Uh, Go back to the your map folder and just to check if everything is okay, if there are any errors, open your map with the Giants editor. So now when the map is open, again expand your console window and scroll through it to see if there are any errors. For me, everything is basically fine. There are no lines which say errors. And to see if you properly added the crops, you can lower the console, find the foliage layer painting window. I think if you don't have it on your screen, I think that you can just a moment. I think it's under terrain editing or somewhere right here. You can open it through the this window tab. Just try to find it. It should be somewhere right here. And under the foliage layer, you can open it and you can see that you properly added basically new crops: alfalfa, clover, carrot, onions, and field grass. And if you choose, for example, alfalfa under the layer state, you can see that there are multiple states of alfalfa. Don't paint anything, and just in case, we are going to now save the map once again. Uh, I don't know if this is needed or not, but we are going to do it just in case. Just a moment until the map is saved. And there it is. Now it is saved and you are free to close the Giants editor. After you do that, basically you're done. All you need to do is to test all of the things out. I already tested before I made this video all of the changes uh, when I was still learning how to do this, but I might made some mistakes. So please, as I said in the beginning of the video, test this out. Turn off every mods except the Maize Plus mods and the Seasons mod. Test it out with the Seasons. And if you see any problems, any weird behavior, please write it down in the comment section. So to return the edited map inside your mold folder, go back. As I said in the last video, don't make a zip of this folder, but open it and then select everything. Right click on any of the file, go under the 7-zip and click to add to archive. And under the archive format, choose, you will probably have 7-zip. Don't do that, choose the zip and click on the OK and wait until the zip file is created. Just a moment. And there you go. Now I have the zip file of the my map. I'm going to copy it, go back to the mods folder, find your mods folder. It's normally under documents, my games farming simulator, and here it is. In this case, mine is not here. I changed it. Mine is right here under the FS mods, and I'm going to paste it right here along with all of the other mods I'm going to use for testing. And as I said, I'm going to use seasons, MaizePlus Forage Extension, and CCM. So basically, to test this out properly, we are going to need to delete the old log file to see if the newly created log file will have any errors once we load the map. So go to the start, this PC, go to the documents, my games, farming simulator, and on the bottom you will see the log file. Just delete it, and now start up the once you are in the game, load up the map in the new save game slot. For me, this is the map I edited. Go to continue, and now as you can see, I don't have really any sort of additional mods, only the map, seasons, and the MaizePlus mod along with the Forage extension and CCM, even though I don't need really CCM as far as I know in this case, but I still loaded it. All of these are just the DLC files, so don't worry about them. Uh, I mean, that's the easiest way to test out the changes so we don't have plenty of different lines inside our log file to make everything a bit more clear and a bit more easier to see if there are any errors, warnings, and so on. So we're going to start the game. Just a moment. And now when you start up the game, everything should work just fine. Uh, the thing is, I'm only going to check out if there are any errors or warnings inside my log file. I'm not going to show the testing of these changes. You're going to need to do it by yourself. It takes a bit too long for this video, so try to plant all of the new crops. As you can see in the seasons menu, on the bottom you will see newly added crops along with the correct seasons, uh, well, planting and harvesting uh, times, seasons. Uh, just plant those crops, try to harvest them, see if the clover, alfalfa, and field grass will grow once again after the year by on its own. It should work like that. See if you can harvest the carrot and onions by yourself. And all in all, at least try to test it in some way. And if you see any problems, go back to my video. Please write them down in the comment section so everyone else can see them. Also, in the shop, there should be few of additional things under the potato technology section. You should see here it is, carrot, green harvester for carrot, for onions, toppers for carrots and onions, and under the just a moment, baling technology, you should see the just a moment. Here it is, the square bale wrapper for clover and alfalfa, and the baler and wrapper for clover and alfalfa. For now, as I said in the beginning of the video, for now you need to use those modified balers and wrappers, but apparently there will be an update for a mod that will add a global script or something that so you will be able to bail all of those with the standard in-game bailers and wrappers. If now you are going to use, for example, if you are going to bail in alpha with the standard in-game bailer, as far as I remember, it will only it will convert to a regular grass, and of course you don't want it. So play around a bit, take your time, uh, use seasons, please, and test those things out. And now we are going to close up the game and we will see if there are any errors or warnings in our log file. So now go to this PC. I mean, after you closed up the game, go to the documents, my games, farming simulator, and on the bottom you will see a newly created log file. Open it, and now open the search function and first search for any errors. Click on next, and as you can see, sorry, be sure that you have this direction put on down, so it searches the file downwards. And as you can see, when you click on findings, there are no errors when we loaded the map. And now search for morning, click on the find next, and as you can see, there are no warnings either. So everything is clear for now, everything should work. But still, as I already told you, please test it out in any way you can see. Uh, Try to bale things, plant things, harvest them, test it out with seasons, and so on and so on. I tested it out more or less by myself, uh, and as far as I know, everything worked just fine. But that doesn't mean I did everything right. And if I missed anything, just point it out. If you know solution, point it out in the comment section. Not just for me, but for everyone else. Uh, and basically, that's it. If you like the video, please leave a like. I don't normally ask for a likes, but at least leave it to show me some support. You don't have to subscribe or anything. And that's it.